New Datamined icons give potential hints to maybe what the future raids could be, or dungeons or other things. So let's look into some of this stuff. Here we go. The first item is the Goblin Offhand One-Handed Goblin Raid item. Now, that's an interesting one, the fact that it's indicated to be a Goblin Raid item. What could a Goblin Raid be? Well, we've talked about Undermine before. If you haven't read the little short stories that recently came out, we know that Gazlo has been talking to different goblins, trying to, understand the goblin people more as he begins to lead them. And we did recently see that one of the, what were they called, the Venture Co. or whatever it was, that they recently mentioned Undermine, the long forgotten and supposedly destroyed, but probably not, city of the goblins. So there's potential now that we could be going to the Undermine. Venture Co. Ring also came up. Again, they were the ones who were talking about Undermine in the first place. So there is potential for a goblin raid, maybe a goblin dungeon, something that's coming down the line with these items, because these items have yet to be attached to anything. So yeah, goblins, yeah, Bobby Kodak's people. So maybe we'll be able to figure out a little bit more as more items come out. But for now, just an item being named Goblin Raid is very interesting, because as of right now, we know nothing about any type of Goblin Raid coming. So this is clearly something that is yet to be revealed to us. Now, even more interesting, Ethereal Raid icons. So these items are titled Ethereal Raid Communicator and Ethereal Raid Chime. And this Chime and Communicator actually have 3 different colors as well, but potentially indicating difficulties, right? Normal, heroic, mythic. So this could be an Ethereal Raid coming. Now, what is the potential behind an Ethereal Raid? For the Goblins, it was easy. We talked about Undermine. But for Ethereals, I really hope that we could maybe go to their planet of Koresh. Maybe go back in time in some way. And who knows, maybe we got to figure things out. Maybe we got to delve into their libraries or something. So we end up raiding our way through some kind of ethereal palace. And the Ethereals wouldn't know who we were at that time, so they would try to push back at us. That could be a really cool thing. Now, we do already know there is, in fact, an Ethereal in the final raid that we're getting as of the first, basically, patch of the War Within. And it's the Nexus Princess Kaveza. Now, her story is that she's supposed to maybe be an assassin, there to basically assassinate Queen Ensorek, and for some reason we end up killing her. Now, it wouldn't be the first time that we killed somebody we shouldn't have killed if we do kill her, but there could be something else behind her story. She does have some interesting stuff with her, some transmitters and a contact thing, so there's different things that she has that are basically are supposed to be a contract, I should say, to communicate back with her people and her reasons for being there. A contract with the void of some sort. So some interesting stuff from her. Again, these items have already been data mined from her, so these newer items don't seem to be attached to her, and yet they are called Ethereal Raid items. So again, I would love to be able to go to their home city or home world and eventually see that. Whether or not we're going to get the chance to do that, we'll have to see if Blizzard pulls that one off. But I think with all kinds of, time travel, timelines, all that shit, there's plenty of ways for them to do it. I just hope they do it. Give me goblins tattoos. Yeah, goblin tattoos should be a thing. Especially the mom with the heart. That's totally a goblin thing. Moving on. We got some interesting stuff coming out of the July trading post. And a lot of it's very much Azshara theme. We haven't seen Azshara yet. We do know that she's probably going to show up at some point in this World Soul Saga. Most likely, the Midnight expansion is what I would think, considering that's the elf expansion, the night, and she is, in fact, an elf, even though she doesn't look like it anymore. That hentai princess known as Azshara is going to be relevant. And here's the thing. This trading post is hinting a lot at her. So the end of the month trading post item is known as Tarishi. It's a nice little pet here that we're going to be able to get. It's obviously a very old god / naga, looking item. But there are a bunch of other items as well. It's not just the end of the month item. Now, one thing that I've been hinting at for a long time and talking about is these damn beautiful fish mounts. And we're going to get one. Yes, the Underlight Behemoth, as it's called. Let's try to pull that. Damn, that screen was white. This amazing fish mount. Now, I don't know why this image is so small, but this thing is great. I've been wanting one of these for quite a while, these anglerfish style mounts. We're going to be able to get one of those from this trading post. And that's not the only Azshara-themed items. We also have some under-the-sea items, these armaments here that have been showing up. So these diver suits, By the way, it looks like these diver suits are going to be able to make you sink, to walk on the sea floor, and be able to breathe underwater. So some really cool stuff to look at, and again, ocean themed stuff, Riptide dagger, a bunch of ocean themed, Naga themed, and old god themed items here to look at. So obviously there's a big Azshara play. This deep sea treasure pack item was something that we could have gotten before. It's also showing up again, more Naga stuff, obviously. So there's a clear theme here. Whether or not we're gonna figure out, is Azshara showing up in the next expansion? We already know she is, but whether or not we're gonna figure out when soon as yet to be determined. But the hints are dropping, and in the past, Blizzard has dropped hints about things through the trading posts that eventually do show up in the game and turn out to be, oh, check it out, this is why we had these items in the trading post. So some interesting stuff, an interesting theme. Azshara, elves, we'll have to wait and see what it all means, but some cool stuff coming out. The last but not least here, the NPC work orders. Yes, the NPC work orders are testable now. If you didn't know these were coming, these are basically work orders that are just there for the intent of helping you level up your professions. So they're not something that basically if someone snags it, it's going away. You don't have to run and grab it. They're kind of be like an infinite round of NPC work orders that you can always just get in and do. They'll supply a lot of the stuff for you to be able to do it. So it's a nice way to level up your professions. Those are currently being tested on the PTR, and so far they've been getting good reviews. People seem to like them. Again, they're a nice way to level up your professions. Now, some of these work orders are more rare than others. Some of them you'll actually get paid an okay amount for. It's not going to be probably a good gold farm or anything like that, but there's some neat items to be had, some questing and stuff like that that you can do with these as well. So for the profession lovers out there, this will be a nice quality of life improvement coming in the war with it.